I was just thinking about these streamers that stream all day long, and I was listening to one, and he was talking about burnout, and he was talking about he only films X amount of days because I can't think of ideas of what to do and stuff like that, and the creativity isn't there. And it got me thinking, I wouldn't ever want to make stuff creatively where people only pay attention for the thing I do. I kind of want people to pay attention for me. I don't want to be necessarily known for the things I do, especially when it becomes sort of extravagant things and dramatic things and entertaining things. I kind of want to be liked for who I am. So I'm not sort of this monkey that's dancing and they like the dance rather than liking the monkey. I can't imagine, it's not very freeing, and I imagine it's quite stressful to think everyone's only interested in you, in the things you do rather than who you are. Now that might be a bit egotistical. I'm not too sure how I can interpret that. I just couldn't imagine almost selling my soul for some form of act or some form of performance, some form of entertainment, unless I really wanted to do the act. But then again, it's because it will match with my personality or who I am. I see these videos, or not even see the videos, on podcasts I hear advertisements and I completely skip them. I have no interest in listening to them and knowing what they're going to sell. I don't like being sold to like that. And I think, how much more genuine would it be if you just didn't have the ad? But then again, you could still sell stuff, you could still advertise in a way where you bring it up in general conversation for things that you love. I hear Joe Rogan talk about saunas and ice baths, and the ones he recommends, the ones he has, that's why I would buy, almost a recommendation. Whereas these breaks, they're selling it to you. Athletic greens, ... And I get it, you might use it, but it's interesting, it's the way it's spoken to you. For me, it just makes me not want it. Or anything that's advertised in between things, when it breaks up the conversation of what you're watching. Really, in my head, I think about, if I was ever to advertise something, I want it to be known without me saying. You're talking about those ice baths and saunas. Not that he's sponsored by them, but you bring them up in conversation. I don't have to do an ad thingy every time, and that's what, if I had the freedom, I'd like to advertise and say. But I also get, you've got to earn a living, you've got to earn money, you've got to turn a profit. But it is something that I would hate to do unless it was organic. And I think that's what I'm also talking about when I see these videos of these people who have a performance of a personality. You see it with boxers and UFC fighters. You see it. You see the behaving, the acting, in a certain way, but it's not them. I was listening to Tom Aspinall talk at the post press conference, and it's like he doesn't want to be famous, and you can't help but be attracted to people like that. And I hope people are attracted to me for that same reason, because I don't want to be famous. It was funny, we was talking with some friends, and in a country in Asia that wasn't touristy, all the locals came up and took pictures with these people because they'd never seen, tall white people, and everyone wanted pictures with them. And they were talking about how it did get a bit uncomfortable, you're being crowded by a load of people. And I think it's not the life, but what is the life? For me, how I interpret that would be, or how I would see the value in that, is I would see that these people are following me, are a fan of me and what I'm preaching, and how you're trying to help. When the personality that I have, I want to be good, I want to be morally good, I want to be nice, I want other people to be nice. And all I can see the value in people being a fan of me in that circumstance, obviously fantasizing about it, is that them people are good and want to be good. And that's sort of what I mean by, I want them to be a fan of me rather than what I do. Because the ideas that I say, I guess, are me. And that's why something like that would make me feel more at ease, rather than having to perform and be fake almost, and put it on, and be not you. I was also thinking about when Joe Rogan talks about, he keeps saying in his podcast, he's like, oh, I'm sure that the deep state listen to me through my phone and other technology. And the way he says it is like, and I'm not bothered. And that is sort of how we all should be, because what have we got to hide? If you're hiding something, you've got to look at that area and either say, why am I insecure about hiding it? And how bad is it that I have to hide it? You can't cancel someone who's not hiding anything, who can openly admit who they are. And you know what? That's someone I would strive to be. Someone who can be 100% open and honest. I don't know if it's ever possible, because your insecurity is getting your own way. But someone who's like that, I would be more drawn to that than someone who's theatrical and acts and pretends to be someone who they're not. It must be exhausting. There's no wonder people get burnout, because you're being someone who you naturally can't be. I won't ever get burnout from being me. I might get burnout from editing or researching or writing or having constant thoughts of one thing, but I'd never get burnout from just being me. But yeah, anyway, peace.